003 What happened after the 7 seals were preached by William Branham? This gets interesting. The story goes that generals like General Patton and General MacArthur from World War II were excessively brilliant in their ability to lead. Until there was no war. They had completed their mission and, what is a general with no war to fight? Stepping back to June 1, 1963, 2.5 months after the 7 seals were preached, William Branham says this. From there, I don't know. But I know as soon as that something happens within me, to make me feel towards people, different from what I do now. I had rejected the people, and I didn't want to have no more to do with them. You know what I mean, what I call, ricketta, they had the things that they had did. I preached with all the sincerity, and God had confirmed it in every way. And if they didn't want to believe it, why, let them alone then. 630601 Come, follow me Rev. William Marion Branham. Then on the morning of June 23, 1963 William Branham says, "You've forgot the feeling of your people. You forgot the call that I called you to. I let the sick lay. I want the Lord to tell me where to go and not to. That's wrong. I had built myself a complex, because the people didn't hear my message. And if you'll, and God forbid that I'll try to compare the life of now like Moses's, but it's exactly what Moses did. The people wouldn't listen to him." 630623 M. Standing in the Gap Rev. William Marion Branham. The message was Revelation 10:7, which allowed Malachi 4:6 Part 2 to happen by God's quickening according to William Branham. Within just over 2 months after the 7 seals were preached, the General, William Branham, was saying that the people wouldn't listen to him. And that the people didn't hear my message. This once again shows the message, according to William Branham, is based during March 1963 when the 7 seals were preached. And the purpose was to point people back to Pentecost. More on that later. This is very important for all things that happened or were spoke or were preached after the 7 seals were preached. In William Branham's heart and mind, the people had rejected the purpose of his existence as a prophet messenger. It could be said that he had completed his mission. It could be said that God had turned on the light switch of what God was now quickening to people. William Branham began questioning his life and call just as John the Baptist did when in prison. The background of this is that William Branham had secretly decided he was going to move up into Canada and Alaska areas and just be a trapper or guide. He felt if God showed him anything else he would return, give it, and leave. Similar to General Patton once he had no war to fight. It is interesting to compare that many men, when they retire, lose their purpose, their identity, and some simply die. All through the Hebrew Testament there are case after cases of men doing the part they were called to do. And then just living life the rest of the time. 2 examples that are very obvious are Adam and Abraham. Adam lives hundreds of more years and there is nothing in the Bible about him. Abraham roamed around, making bad choices, doing a few things here and there, and then God showed up again before burning Sodom. In the Gentile Testament Paul just kept doing all he was guided to do and finally realized it was over. John the Baptist was short and sweet and then questioning himself and Jesus and was then killed. According to William Branham, it is strongly implied that after the 7 seals, he was just biding his time, doing his best, trying to figure out what it was all about, and then he died. And yes, during that time there were many great sermons preached. However, the template by his own words was that the 7 seals pointed to Pentecost, and this is the message. He can be heard saying in September 1963, nearly 6 months after the 7 seals were preached, And this is the evening time of the age that we live in. This is the evening time for the church. This is the evening time for me. This is the evening time of my message. I'm dying. I'm going. I'm moving out, in the evening time of the gospel. And we've come up through justification, and so forth, but this is the time that the token has to be applied. 630901M, Token Rev. William Marion Branham. JLE.